Jonah's dream started off odd enough, but then it got worse. He was in a palatial bookstore clad in a slate gray button-down, matching blazer, and his reading glasses. He had his own table engulfed by books with eerily blue covers that all bore his pen name, J.J.A. Rowe. The huddled patrons that surrounded him were gleeful, exuberant, and impatient. They all held books of their own, which all bore Jonah's pen name. The scene was absolutely perfect. As a matter of fact, if there were a word above perfect, Jonah might say that the word didn't do the scene justice. The problem was the fact that Jonah had had this dream before. On a summer evening a couple years before, Jonah had experienced this same scene. He sat right here, even the attire was the same, amidst a sea of people who wanted their books to be autographed. The activity had been invigorating and fun, but then it was derailed by the appearance of a frightening figure that had been dreadlocked and pale. He gave Jonah harsh critiques and made no secret that he doubted Jonah's ability to handle some coming storm. Then the scene worsened as black crows descended into the crowd outside, and the people became savages. It was as if the presence of the crows triggered primal and evil behaviors in the populace. With that old scene still sharp in Jonah's mind, he scanned this new one for any variations. There didn't appear to be anything sinister here. There wasn't anything but mirth and marvel on every face that he saw. He even recognized some of the faces in the crowd. His best friends, Terrence and Rena, Kendall Rain, Rena's girlfriend and Jonah's former professor, Vera Halliday, Bobby DeCessio, Liz Manville, and Malcolm Mercer. Even Royal Spader was there, deftly picking an oblivious patron's pocket. But the familiar faces did nothing to assuage Jonah's anxiety. In that previous dream, he'd witnessed his friends get trampled in the crowd. Despite all of the activity and suspicion, one question nagged at his mind. How was he aware that he was in a dream? He knew that this was a dream. He had no doubts about it. The whole huddled masses thing was a sham because he knew in the back of his mind that his writing career had yet to take off. That damnable writer's block hadn't faded, although Kendall's creative writing class did wonders for his confidence. But he pushed that thought away. It helped nothing at the moment. "Okay," he said above the din. "What's going on?" "About time," said an unfamiliar voice. When the person spoke, all the people froze as though someone hit a pause button somewhere. Jonah rose and saw a new figure. It was a black man whose clothing and demeanor were unlike anyone else's. With his severe haircut, dark brown jacket, black cargo pants, and black boots, Jonah thought that he resembled a modern-day cowboy, sans all the dust. But what wrecked the profile for Jonah were the bow and arrows, which were neatly strapped to the guy's back. "I was wondering when you were going to ask that question," said the man quietly. Jonah surveyed the new figure. You didn't happen to bring a gang of crows with you, did you?" The man laughed. "Ha ha ha ha. No crows, Jonah. This isn't a reproduction of the dream you had all that time ago. I simply manufactured the setting because literary fame is where your heart is." Jonah straightened. "Manufactured?" "Yes," nodded the man. "Fashioning dreams is one of the attributes of protector guides." "You're a protector guide?" Jonah narrowed his eyes. "And you guys can fashion dreams? Jonathan never did that." The protector guide shrugged. "We all have free will, Jonah. That is just as true for spirits as it is for physically living beings. But I enjoy fashioning dreams because the dream realm is more interwoven with the spiritual realm than you know." "So why did you wait to reveal yourself?" asked Jonah. "Because you had to verbally acknowledge that this was a dream," said the guide simply. "It was my dream, but this is your mind. Free will, remember?" Jonah nodded, thankful to have finally encountered a protector guide that was concise. It was a welcome change. "So why did you do this? Why are you here?" The guide's brown eyes darkened somewhat. "There are things that you need to see. Protectors can't interfere, but we can alert. Listen to me very carefully. You need to pay attention to every detail that you can, because this is a spectral event that cannot be repeated. My ethereal powers will be rather taxed, so when the event blanks out, you will have seen all that I am able to show you.